don't really care about Donald Trump. But I think what they think is the next 4 years is the make or break. Within 4 years, blockchain goes from, wherever it gets to the end of this cycle, call it 15 trillion or 12 trillion or 10 trillion. And by the next cycle, it's 50 trillion. AI, 4 years, AGI. Clearly ubiquitous AGI.
It's your boy Crypto Millie back with another update. It is Wonderful Wednesday, not Wicked Wednesday, so you can get all that bearishness out of your system. I do apologize. I'm so used to looking at my other camera right here, but I gotta stay at my camera right here because that's the one that I'm using today. And guys, look at that. Nice, good hourly green bubbles, baby. All right, in this video, we're going to be talking about why this could be just a huge bear trap. So if you like these type of videos, make sure that you like, subscribe. I will be going a little bit over a PowerPoint. I know y'all like those type of videos, but I need you to comment. Do you think that this is a bear trap or will we go lower? I need everybody to comment. Make sure that you hit that subscribe. We need to get to 50,000 subscribers. I appreciate everybody for helping me break 20,000. Now let's get into what's going on in the market because we did get the job data, so the US ADP non-farmer employment change, right? So previous it was 99K, right? So this is bullish as far as previous, right? The forecast was that we was going to get 124K, and I don't want to say previous was bullish. Let me take that back. The actual is 143K. So this is actually bullish for the economy, but bearish for risk on assets, because what it does is it makes the Fed feel a little bit good about doing a 0.25 rate cut next month opposed to a 0.5. This just shows that there is strength in the market. And guys, I want to make it clear that these rate cuts are already starting to set in, right? I handle a lot of stuff for my family, right? And one of my family members are retired, right? So they got a note in the mail, a letter in the mail, right? And they were asking me about it, and I noticed that their retirement fund already it's going up, right? So what they made last month, they just got a raise, right? A retirement fund, right? Just got a raise. So this has everything to do with the Fed cut. Also, I'm already starting to get letters in the mail about all of these things that I'm approved for, right? Vehicles, this, that. So it's already starting, right? So what do you think is going to happen when more of this rate cut stuff and the global liquidity continues to rise? What do you think is going to happen? This is the beginning, guys, of a massive move, in my opinion. And this leverage flush was something that was needed, right? You seen the video at the beginning, and you see these are experts. These are guys that have been doing this for years, right? They understand the emotion. Now, of course, we do got a little bit of macro winds and geopolitical tension, right? But you can't argue that people take advantage of the geopolitical tension. You can see here, this is people, this is crazy, but this is what happened, right? The whales, right? The Warren Buffetts, they buy into the invasion, right? They buy into these invasions and they profit off this geopolitical tension. So again, it's all a huge revolving door. I really, you guys get what I'm gonna say, but for the sake of this being a YouTube video, we want to keep it peaceful and positive, right? But this is a chart of how the market tanks upon this type of news. And if you have a little extra liquidity on the side, maybe you haven't been in crypto, because I know I put a cryptic post in the Patreon, but guys, gotta understand, I've been in crypto for 3 years. I've been buying crypto, the bottoms, since June 2022. So of course, when I say, oh, I feel like I'm getting to that point where I'm comfortable with the amount of, of my net worth that I have in crypto, you got to understand, I've been in the trenches way longer than a lot of people that have watched this channel. Now, I know that, there's OGs that's been in the trenches with me, but there's a lot of new people that's coming into crypto. So we got to, new people are the lifeline of business. So I have to make sure, make it clear, make sure that I was recording here, make it clear, because I literally, I keep looking at my other camera, but I literally hate when I hit the record, and it's not recording, and I got to redo a take. I don't want to have to do that. So please excuse me if I kind of like took a little break there. But again, the sharks stay profit off this type of stuff, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. But we'll just have to see if the Fed kind of like looks at this data, this job data, and says, well, the economy is still strong. We could take our time with Fed cuts, right? So the market will, of course, look to price that in, and we won't be as bullish, but I don't think nothing is going to stop what's to come in Q4, guys. So again, take that into consideration. Also here, this is the first week in October last year. You can see for the first 2 weeks in October, we just went down. And then we absolutely exploded for Q4. Exploded for Q4 and going into the next year, Q1, Q2 of 2024. So this was just last year. And last year, we, the same thing happened. Everybody was saying October, and then it like crashed the first 2 weeks. And then people were like, what happened? Is Q4 done? Q4 is not done. Normally, Q4 is a very, very, very bullish month. But of course, we needed a leverage flush. We need leverage flushes to bring new people into the market, but also for people on the sidelines or have stables to inject that liquidity. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some type of squeeze here in the next couple of weeks. I would not be surprised, right? If I had even a little bit more capital to put into this tension that we're seeing, that being created for the market, I would personally do it, not financial advice. But that's how I'm looking at it. There's still a lot of strength into the market, guys. Again, we do like to look at the banter bubbles to get an idea of some of the opportunities there. As you can see, gaming took a huge hit. But I think, like, if you're bullish on gaming, this is a chance. The flash crashes are when you make your most. You can see here, man, Hippo on Sui just absolutely exploded, man. This thing is almost at $200 million market cap out of none. I don't know. Hippo seems to be the new meta. It's always something that you're never think it is. Hippo, right? Hippos. What's so cute about a hippo? I don't know, but hey, people like hippos, apparently. And let's check out our beloved AI narrative here, artificial intelligence, guys. You can see from what Raul was saying in the video that AI will be a hit. We'll be looking back at this in the next 4 to 6 years like AI was a hit. So you can see some pretty good projects on sale here. We got a couple Tau subnets, AIT, GPU, and even TARS on Solana. Man, Solana, in my opinion, Solana and even Base, if Base gets some good utility tokens, I would look for that. Because the one thing that I kind of like have noticed is when we have any type of flash crash or any type of like black swan event, ETH fees go up, right? It seems like when you want to buy crypto, or if it's like we're trading sideways, you want to buy crypto, oh, the ETH fees are low. But as soon as you want to get out of crypto, ETH fees just go skyrocketing, right? And I think people are getting tired of that. So I expect now, after seeing that people are learning, like, well, I could just buy utility plays on Solana. I could just buy utility plays or memes on Solana, on Base Chain, or even Sui, right? We're seeing the emergence of Sui, and not have to worry about just getting taxed when I want to get out. I can just comfortably get out. So ETH is broken, in my opinion. ETH has a serious problem because when the market corrects or any type of flash crash, any type of a black swan event, people got to pay almost $100 in fees for ETH, and it's just not scalable, right? Like institutions don't want that, and ETH they have to fix that. They just have to fix that. If they don't fix that, there will be a lot of layer ones that start to take that liquidity share from ETH. So that's just something that I paid attention to. Also, I got this chart here of every time we started off the month bearish for the first couple of weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. In 2022 and 2023, we started off the month bearish, and then eventually by the end of the month, it kind of like caught up. Now every end of the month wasn't bullish, but for the most part, we've always started off the month's first 2 weeks bearish, and then depending on what part of the cycle or what quarter we're in, because that is a big thing, right? The quarter depends, plays a part on the bullish sentiment. But this was the last time we were in October. The first 2 weeks were bearish, and then we exploded for Q4. So just keep that in mind. ETFs are inflows are coming in, right? So what happened is the Bitcoin ETF, it has been one of the fastest growing ETFs in history. You can see right here is ranked 4. This is BlackRock's ETF, and then you also have Fidelity ETF right here. So these are the fastest growing ETFs, guys, and you can see BlackRock is just blowing it out the water. In fact, they bought more Bitcoin on the dip. I cannot stress this enough that every time we have a flash crash or correction, the institutions are loading up. Boomer money is coming into crypto, and we also have now Bitcoin options. So just keep that in mind as well. The global liquidity also is rising, guys, and man, you know what I mean? We're close to the global liquidity top. So just imagine once we get up here, these tops, right, where the Bitcoin price will be. I'll be doing a slideshow PowerPoint on the Patreon a little bit later today. This was a great tweet here from Lark. He says, if you're feeling scared because of the war, China is already flooding the markets with cheap capital. The Fed is turning the money print on big time. Yeah, China, like from a global standpoint, exploding. We're still getting another 50 BPS rate cuts by the end of the year. Possibly, maybe they put it in increments now because of the data that came out. But I told you guys another chart I like to focus on here is this is not it right here. Let's go back here. I thought I had my chart pulled up here. Let's go. Here is the SPDR chart. And we want to look at, I don't know why my chart just reset. That is so freaking annoying, man, when the chart just does what it wants to do. I hate when it does that. This chart here, right? So yeah, okay, so we're here. You can see that the housing market it still hasn't topped out yet. The stock RSI still isn't yet in the overbought area, but it's getting close. So I would watch that, seeing that the economy still seems to be strong. So technically it's bearish short term that the economy is still strong because the rate cuts won't come as quick as we want, but it's also bullish, right? Because now we don't have to say we're headed into a recession. Maybe the recession happens in the next 12 months, or maybe we're already in it, depending on your perception. But the home builders and the real estate market also seems to be strong as well. So the economy still seems to be holding up. And I'm telling you, man, people are already starting to get them letters in the mail of the easing, the quantitative easing that happened. I just seen it like literally today. So just keep that in mind, guys, that, you know what I mean, this could be a huge bear trap. Also, the global money supply is soaring. We talked about that. The U.S. presidential elections are just 34 days away. He said, I know October did not start out with a bang as we expected, but nothing has changed in the past 24 hours. Exactly. Why would anybody think that on October 1st, we just supposed to shoot straight to 100,000? What's up with the people that do that? Why do people do that? Why do people do that in crypto? Like, I be seeing the comments, and I look at the comments like, I don't know, man. It's called common sense for a reason. And when you break it down, it's come on, sense. Come on, sense. Come on, sense. I can watch 1,000 YouTube videos and still, you know, make my own decision on things. I'm not like, oh, 10 people said this is October, so that means I'm going to tell my friend that, hey, on October 1st, Bitcoin is going to 100. That's just not realistic, and it's just not how it works. And we got to start working on that as a space, as a community. All right, so we're still going to have a face melting bull run in the next 6 to 8 months. I agree 110%. Again, I'm going to show you guys the chart. Last October, we had a bearish first 2 weeks, and then we exploded, right? This is the Bitcoin weekly chart, right? I also will continue to be focusing on the BTC chart, the total 3 here as well. You know, just making sure that the stock RSI is still bullish. I think that, you know, this little correction may have set us back a little bit, but the stock RSI on the others end on total 3 is still trending to the upside. So until we see some type of sign of reversal, this trend is still bullish. This trend is still bullish. I really feel like this is a bear trap. One thing we need to focus on also is the DXY. Now the DXY could be the one thorn in our buttocks. God dang, because you can see here, it could get a little bit ugly short term if this puts in a inverted head and shoulders. So you got the head, you got the shoulders, you got the shoulder pattern here. Again, guys, you can use TNA on any type of chart, and looking for confirmation above 20 here. So we haven't got the orange line above 20, but we did get the blue line. We need this to get rejected again as it got here. So this downtrend continue. We do not need the DXY, the strength of the US dollar, to rage to the upside, because short term that would put Bitcoin back in this channel here, and we don't know how long this channel could go, right? This is an example of of it going for the next 8 months, right, all the way down to 40K, and that would be ugly, right? And you can see everybody just get so excited every time we get at the top of the channel, and then we get rejected. We've been getting rejected for the last 6 months, guys. It's been 6 months, but historically 6 to 12 months you start to see that halving cycle kick in for the BTC price. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like 80K, 90K by year's end. Hopefully 100K. That would look beautiful for the altcoins. Let me know in the comments, do you think that Bitcoin can reach 100K by the year's end? In fact, I got a pretty good PowerPoint that I'll be sharing on the Patreon a little bit later today, and also be looking for the Jasmy video. But that's all I got for you guys. Again, letters already coming in the mail. That 0.5 rate cut is already starting to set in. Letters coming in the mail. Retired folks got a raise and now they want to try to get Millie to buy a new car, right? They sent it out, man, like, Millie, you get the credit, it's looking good, we want to put you in the new 2020. I don't care about none of that. Like, man, we're focusing on ownership, not putting ourselves in debt. Guys, I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Hopefully this update helped you out. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next one.
Remember when Google came out and they thought the shares were going to open up about $85 a share. And I remember sitting to my financial guys and I was like, oh, you know what? I had just signed with the Ravens, so I had some money. And I was like, man, I'd like to buy, $300,000 worth. Well, it opens up at 115 and he says it's overpriced. And so, it's going to come back.
Right, they don't have the profit. Yeah. Hey, I've done that. I know. You're not the first one to say it. It's like NVIDIA. It's like NVIDIA right now, right? I told my son wanted to invest in it, and he bought some. And I'm like, I'd rather see it come down first. And my son's like, I got you. Who's the expert now, right?
I mean, think about it. And how many times has Google split?
Oh, I mean, it's worth over $3 trillion now. $3 trillion. Trillions. I mean, not billions. That's 1,000 billions, $1 trillion.
Yes. So my investment, I'd have been a billionaire with you.
Right? You fucked up.
I did. I fucked up bad. Because Netflix and Google, and I had the money to do it. But I let somebody talk me out of it. But then
there's 25 other ones that you thought you should go in and he talked you out of it.
They lost their butt, and so it evens out.